Okay, Jay, I've got your work up here. I've got the, well, not there. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I was going to say I've got it up in the window. So I want to look at your writing. I think the writing is done very well in terms of describing your intent as well as your technical approach. So good job there. It reminds me of The Toxic Avenger. I don't know if you remember that movie or if you ever saw that movie. It's an old movie. It's from the 80s. It's called Toxic Avenger, and it had to do with the same kind of subject matter. But it was really funny. Really funny movie. Cheesy as all get out, but pretty funny. Okay, so let's jump over to work. I think take a look at your sci-fi, low, young audience sci-fi. I definitely get that. Um, yeah, all right. So let's just jump right over to. I think it's a good piece. I do. I think the narrative quality is definitely there. I love the way that he's kind of eyeballing that the protagonist, the antagonist is eyeballing the protagonist from behind, seemingly without the protagonist knowing that. I think that points to narrative in a great way. Really interesting stuff here. A protagonist is enlarged, and made to be the focal point. That's fantastic. Antagonist has this kind of menacing color. Um, and just this kind of menacing demeanor. So that translates itself very well too. Images are handled beautifully. Good tonal consistency. Um, Light qualities are consistent, so that's fantastic. I think the background image could use a bump in contrast. I really do. If you take a look at the foreground images, I agree. You don't want to bring it into the point where it looks cluttered, but we're just a little bit flat here in that background image. I think just a little pump in contrast there is going to help. My only other recommendation, first of all, as I haven't said this yet, but this is really a good piece. I think it's excellent. My only other recommendation is this: is that you've got the kind of slimy area up top that's holding uh, the stars names. But there's two things here. It's really stark. To me, it's like, well, you've got all of this green area to hold these. So I would put a tagline right in there, some kind of tagline right in there to pique the interest and curiosity. And the only other recommendation is this: is take a look at the slime coming off the typeface and try to duplicate that technique right there. Right now, this is kind of is kind of really rounded out with these kind of organic curves, where this is just seems like it's randomly dripping. So I would try to mimic this slimy drips as closely as possible up here. Right now, they're not a good match. So really try to duplicate that. And I think that'll draw a nice connection, good visual continuation between this area right here and the title area. So think about that. Other than that, really fantastic job. Loving it. Okay, so those are my only recommendations, and I think we're darn close to being a complete movie poster here. So fantastic work. Really enjoyed watching this come together. I'd like to see those final changes reflected in your final submission. All right, thank you very much, Jay.